Imagine your phone rings one day. You get this call from a private phone number. And in the back of your head, you're thinking, should I answer this? But something in your heart tells you, go ahead and pick up the phone. And so you pick up the phone. And on the other end, it's a super sweet voice. And she says, hey girl, how's it going? It's been a while. You know, that trip that you've been wanting, you've been working so hard in the last few years. And I know you've been planning on wanting to go to Europe, and every single year it gets postponed. Well, by the time we hang up this call, you're gonna have 2 tickets waiting outside, being delivered at your front door by the love of your life. Oh yeah, and don't worry, I've already spoken to your boss. Yep, from here on out, all of your vacations are already going to be 100% paid. And you don't even have to worry about the itinerary. I took care of that too. I figured you wanted a little bit of sun, you wanted to go to the French Riviera, you wanted to see some of the museums. I know you've never been to Europe, so I figured this would be a really amazing time for you and that special person to actually enjoy it to the fullest. Oh, and I'm gonna check in with you tomorrow, okay? So enjoy, and I'll talk to you then. And before you can actually say anything, before you can ask, who is this person? She hangs up the phone. She hangs up the phone, and you're thinking in your head, who is this? Well, the next day passes, and the phone rings again. And the phone rings again, and now you're anticipating her. And it's a private call, and so you answer it. And of course, it's that same beautiful voice on the other end. Hello there, beautiful. I hope you got your tickets. You probably should have already received the itinerary in your inbox. Oh yeah, I was thinking, you know, all of that debt that you've been accumulating over the course of the year, it's already been taken care of. Don't worry about it. And that gym membership that you've been putting off, I took care of that too. I know you've been super, super busy not being able to make your meals. So 4 times in a week, your meals are just gonna be delivered. No hassles, you don't even have to think about it. I'll talk to you soon. Click. And now for the next 7 days, you keep getting these calls. And all of your wishes are granted. Every single one of your desires in your life, everything that you've ever wanted is done, it's taken care of. This mystery angel is actually there to grant all of your wishes. I'm gonna play detective for a minute here, a CIA detective, and tell you that this mystery angel is you. I'm gonna show you the key to unlock her. But first, I'm gonna show you some of your friends who finally discovered and unlocked the superpower within themselves.
For me, it's just not been the case. Like, I feel extremely free. I've been pretty good at just trying to prioritize intentionally, getting that balance and really making time for myself.
I know I'm great because I mentor and coach lots of other people, help them be great, and I know I'm great, but it's just recognizing that in myself.
I learned that even in a diverse group of people from diverse backgrounds, different parts of the city, most people have similar fears and similar insecurities, and that was really mind-blowing to see. I'm going to take out the letter that I wrote to myself and make sure that in 60 days I'm going to be proud of myself and hold myself accountable for the actions that I've committed to.
The first breakthrough was realizing that I am putting a lot of boundaries, aka limitations, on myself to be perfect. And because of that, I wasn't growing. And my business is not as what I needed to be, and I don't feel as happy, and I'm not the woman I am because I'm putting boundaries on myself. So that was the first biggest.
Each and every one of these women that you saw in these videos were once just like you. They too desired an abundant life. And as you can see, they finally got there. And you can too. Now I said I would give you the key. And it starts by understanding the 6 human desires. Why are they important? Well, it's fundamental because these are 6 human desires that most of us, actually pretty much all of us, strive for, especially us women. This is what motivates us. This is what creates this drive. This is what creates, you know, what we work so hard for and why we do that. And it's so important for you all to understand this, because if you understand this, you can really unlock that hidden superpower that's already within you. And it starts by understanding the first one is perfection. Perfection, this constant idea that we have this ideal in the world, that it needs to meet a certain standard, it needs to meet a certain level. I mean, some of you might think that you need to strive for perfection in life, within your physique, within your body, in your work, within your projects, with your family, being the perfect daughter, being the perfect wife, being the perfect partner, being the perfect mother. But what does that actually do? That sets you up for a rat race that you're never gonna catch up. There's never gonna be enough time. You're not gonna be able to do all of it all in one day. That's just the first one. Second one, acknowledgement. Acknowledgement, the idea that we want this recognition, that we want to have a pat on the back, that we want to have a pat on our shoulder. So we strive to race all the way to the top. We want that promotion. We're going to work as hard as we can to have that acknowledgement, to get all of the awards, to get all of the accolades, so that we can be super special and unique. This is a desire. This is a common desire. You might be looking at your life and saying, oh my gosh, I'm working my tail off. I've been working my tail off for so long. In which case, certain other aspects of your life have been put on hold for the sake of reaching this acknowledgement. Next is this idea that you have to be accepted. Acceptance in the world. Acceptance because you're so afraid of rejection. So because you're so afraid of rejection, that you are going to do and you're going to please everybody so that you can actually feel like you're part of something, that you're not letting anybody down, that you're not actually fearing the idea of being rejected. The next one is appreciation. Appreciation that everything that you're doing, you want to be thanked for. The appreciation that you actually exist, that you're seen, that you're heard, that all of the hard work that you're doing, people know, they see, they honor that. I mean, this is just a basic human desire, and it actually can put certain aspects on why we make the decisions that we make. If you actually know some of these human desires in your own life, you can know when you actually crave appreciation from your family, from your boss, from your children, from your friends, and what happens when you actually don't get that. Do you feel depleted? Do you feel like you've lost? Do you feel like you're not known? That you're just doing all this work, but it means nothing to nobody. The next one is you want to feel belonged. You want to feel that you want to fit in. And I mean, how many of us growing up has suffered from any sort of bullying or going into a different set of friends or going into a networking event, or it starts when we are really young. We try to dress a certain way to fit in. We want to hit the main trends because we want to actually fit in. We want to belong. We don't want to sit on the outcast. So we'll actually do. We might actually put other people down so that we could actually belong. We could actually be part of that circle. So nobody wants to feel left out. That's a basic human desire. And lastly, you might already know this, but we all want to feel loved. That real human connection. that authentic, that transparent, that honest connection with other people. Maybe having the love of your life, maybe having a love that makes you come alive. Here, my dears, if you can actually master these 6 human desires and see where it comes up in your own life, where has it shown up in your personal life to be perfect, to have the perfect life that's measured by somebody else's ideals, this ideal that doesn't even really exist. Who actually made up these ideals in the first place? But that at the consequence, what happens is you keep running and overworking and overdoing because you think that it all needs to be a certain way, or for that matter, you don't do anything at all because you're too afraid that if you do something, it's not going to be perfect and it'll fail. Or what if you are consistently trying to get the acknowledgement that you just don't stop until you get sick? How many pieces of recognition do you actually need? Or that appreciation? Or acceptance? Doing the things that actually don't really align with your values, with yourself, with what you believe in the world, with what your thoughts in the world are, and suppressing your own truest desires because you want to fit in. Because maybe it is in disalignment with someone else. Or maybe it's just that you're too afraid to disappoint somebody because you want to feel accepted. At the end of the day, you get to choose. And with this newfound awareness, you get to realize how some of these human desires have shaped your own life. And what are some of the desires, now that you're fully aware, what are some of the desires that you actually want, that you actually crave, that would actually make you feel fully fulfilled, that will actually make you feel completely joyous?